So this is lesson 2 of a website design unit, which has been inspired by the resources of the NCCE, Teach Computing. So I'm going to be walking you through this particular lesson, lesson 2, and it's interested in the following, and these are your objectives. So the first one is that you're going to learn how to display images within a web page. And the second one is that you're going to apply some HTML tags to build a web page from a particular design, which we're going to share with you. So I suppose the first thing to understand is the notion of placing images. You know, you're not going to get a very interesting web page if it is just lines of text. That's going back to the early 90s, and we're not there anymore. So images, at the very least, images are what you want to do to enhance a web page. There's an HTML document that we have which includes an image, and this particular image here contains some paragraph tags, and you can see there it describes the main organs in the human digestive system, the stomach, and then it has something here, the code here. Labeled diagram of digestive system. Okay, this is the actual page. And you can see, well, the first bit from lesson 1, you'll know, hopefully, from the P tag, the paragraph tag, one of the main organs, ends on consumed, as it does here. That's good. You can see here there's an image. Now, the name of this image is digsys.jpg. In other words, digestive system has been shortened. .jpg. No, there's no spaces here. I'm actually using Pascal case there, or possibly Camel case. So the name of this image is digsys.jpg. And the alt is, it doesn't work on every browser actually, but the alt tag is if you hover over the image, it should pop up with a little box which says labeled diagram of digestive system, or whatever it is that you've put within the quotation marks. Okay. So this code, when made in Notepad or Replit or whatever it's going to be, will look like that if you save it correctly. Now, let's go into this in a bit more detail. So, image tags mark a place in a document where an image should be displayed. IMG space SRC, there's a space there. IMG, of course, means image. SRC means source. So the SRC attribute basically identifies the file name of the image that we're going to use to load onto the page, in this case, digsys.jpg. And the alt, as I said, if you move the mouse over the image on a web page, the alt attribute should pop up some text to help for accessibility. Doesn't always work in every browser, but it works on most. Okay. Something else to get your head around is the image tag. So the image tag, which creates a space where an image should be displayed, essentially loads this image in to the web page. So it's almost as if a web page is made up of lots of little modular, multiple components. Images are stored like any other file in the computer. I'm going to show you this in a moment. They're given a name and a particular location, a folder, for example. And when you view the web page, actually, the browser collects the image from where you've stored it. Okay. Example here is, this is the web page. This is kind of like a placeholder for the image, and it loads from a folder into there and displays it. So it looks a bit like this. All right. So these are the tasks. Open up the Three Little Pigs webpage, which you used in the last lesson, and I have the Three Little Pigs webpage there. Okay, here it is. And we're going to open it in a plain text editor. In this case, it's in Notepad, because I like Notepad. Okay, Story of the Three Little Pigs. We're going to download A1 webpage files.zip. We're going to extract the images to the same place, really important, where the Three Little Pigs page is saved. This happens to be, if I can find it, yeah, so I've got all my files here. So it's there. It said A1, I believe. Let's double check that. Yeah, A1. So what I've done, and often your teacher will do this for you anyway. So I've got the Three Little Pigs webpage. It's there, and I've got it in Notepad. Okay, opened it in Notepad. I've got the A1 web page files. These are the A1 web page files, and the images have been extracted. There's one, there's another one, there's another one, there's another one. They actually look like this. So if I go to here, this is what the images are. So this is the image of the Three Little Pigs' mum saying, off you go, make your money, make your fortune. This is an image of these, quite nicely drawn, these actually, aren't they quite good? This is an image of the one of the little pigs in his straw house, not such a good house. There's a wolf blowing it down. This is one of the smarter little pig who's building his house made out of bricks. And this is one as he tricks the wolf, and the wolf goes and makes some rather nice wolf stew at the end of the story because he falls into the pot. So these are the images that I've just shown. It takes a while to render on my lovely laptop, but basically these images are these. You can see the preview there. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so download those. Place one of them in an appropriate place in your HTML document. Let's see. Well, the first one is the mum, who says basically, off you go, little pigs. So I've placed it here, and notice what I did. I actually got this here. So if you look at that, P style. Actually, I didn't do P style. I just put the image in. So place one of the images in an appropriate place in your HTML document. Here it is. Image source. The name of the first one is TLP image 1. It's a JPEG file. So because it's a JPEG file, I have to actually put the suffix .jpg at the end of it. And then I used an alt tag to say the Three Little Pigs sent out by their mother. And then when I did that, I resized it by making it very large. Okay, let me take the width off this. And what I'm going to do is save it. Control S will save it. I've already saved it once before, but you know what? Let me show you. So it's all files, and it should say .html. Okay. And that way it will save over this one. And if I go to here, I should better see it. And there it is. Okay. There it is. If I double click it, oh, there it is. I saved it twice. Okay, let's go for that one then. There it is, and it's huge. It's massive. Okay, it dominates the page. It's too big. It's because I didn't set it to 40%. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go to here, like it is down there. I'm going to make it width equals 40%. There's so many ways you can alter the width. You can do it on pixels as well, but for this occasion, Control S, refresh this. It'll make it 40%. It could make it 10% if I wanted to. Control S, refresh this. It's really small, like a thumbnail. Okay, but I'm going to make it 40%. So, image source. The actual image itself is named this. Alt Three Little Pigs sent out by their mother. I don't think, as I say, that the alt works in my Google Chrome browser. For whatever reason, it doesn't work. Okay, it does work on other ones. And there you go. It's on 40%. Okay. So what's the next thing that we are to do? We are to so download these, place one of the images in a certain place in your HTML document, which is what I did, and that's appropriate because it says that she sent them out. Okay, then the story continues. Resize it by making it about 40%, which I did. There it is. And then experiment with the layout, right, which I haven't yet done. You can do. You can try, for example, P style, text align center. You can do other things as well. You can modify the P tags according to what your teacher thinks. And then you repeat this for the other images. So what I did is I went down to the one about the blowing the straw house in, and I did image source TLP image 2, and I said the house is made of straw, and I made it 30%. So it's a bit smaller. And then I went down a little bit further where the wolf is threatening to blow down the brick house, and he said he will, and obviously he doesn't manage to because it's made out of bricks. So I've put this in, and I think I put that image in as 20%. Let me see. Yes, I did. There it is. Image source this time is TLP image 3. There's an alt there, 20%. And the end one, I think, let me see, is at the bottom somewhere. There we go. Image source TLP image 4. The wolf meets his downfall. There, and there it is. I could make it a bit more dramatic, I guess, by making it maybe 60%. It might make it too big. But the beauty of this is you can really easily alter it. There you go. It's a bit too big, I think, that. Okay. Let's make it 45. 45%. Yeah, that's all right now. It's okay. So this is the first batch of instructions that you have for the lesson, activity 1. This might take some time. The important thing is you understand the location of where you're saving these images. So for example, I could delete that because I don't need that anymore. And that you are keeping these images in the same folder as your web page. You can do it in a different way, but for now, lesson 2, keep it in that folder. Okay. So the purpose of a web page is that basically you're looking at a certain audience and a certain purpose. The images that you're using should complement that purpose and that text and enhance the web page. And also remember that you need to get information across to the reader. So if you can't see it, you're looking at the code thinking, oh yeah, all looks good, all looks good. And then you go to it and you can't see it. It's a little big still. Then it's not particularly good. You need to be able to see both text and images because the whole point of the text is telling you the story. Okay, so format the page in the correct way. Okay, let's take a look at some formatting on this web page. So it's about the human digestive system. It talks about bodily parts. It talks about the process, and it's got the mouth there. So I can see you've got an H1, header 1, dark blue font. You've got EM, which is emphasizing, yeah, emphasis. It's making it larger and italicized. So EM is emphasis, increases the font size. You've got H2, header 2, smaller than this header, but still a header, and a light blue. And you've got a grey background. Okay? So what we want you to do is to do the following. Download a2webpagedesign.pdf. Now, a2webpagedesign.pdf is this. And zoom out slightly. It looks like this. Okay? Similar to what you've just seen. Images there. Header 1, header 2, header 2, header 2. I shouldn't be saying that, should I really? But that's pretty much. And then you've got your Ps, which is the paragraph text. Okay? Different sizes, different alignments of images, centered on the right, left, left. Okay? Different sizes. If I zoom in, you can see these images. Okay? So I'll zoom out again. So what do you need to do? Try to make a web page which looks like that style, that format. This might take you some time. That's okay. The whole point of this is that you're learning, you're experimenting. Okay? Try to make it as closely as you can to that. There's a hint there, which is you need to align the image on the right. Don't put it inside any of the Ps, the P sections, which is the text, outside of the P section. That's my advice to you. Okay? Could take you a while there. Now the files are, if I go up one, let me see, here, A2 resource, again, your teacher will share this with you, web page files. Stomach, mouth, duodenum, body. Okay? So there are the files. What you need to do, of course, is make the web page. And the web page, a little bit like the Three Little Pigs one, would be called something like digestive or whatever, and we'll then incorporate all of the images into there. But you've got to make it look as close to this as possible. That's the aim. Okay, that will take you, I think, at least until the end of the lesson. Let's see how you go. So that's what we're looking at for this lesson, exploring how to utilize images as part of a very carefully designed HTML web page. And next lesson, we're going to show you how to save work when formatting larger web pages. Okay, thank you.